Welcome back to the Passport Pals podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Olivia.
And we're the Passport Pals.
Happy Friday. We've made it.
We made it. Another week down.
Another week to go.
Oh.
But it's okay. We made it through this one. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the podcast. What are we going to be talking about today?
Today we are going to be talking about 15 things you can do in Nassau, Bahamas, one of the most popular cruise ports in the world. A lot of people say, I hate Nassau. What is there to do in Nassau? Why would I get off the ship? Well, if you need some ideas, here's 15 of them. Now, probably about half of these are things we've done, and then the other half we haven't done yet, but just a lot of popular things you can do here.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, should we get right into it?
Let's dive in.
All right. First on the list, when you think of Nassau, Bahamas, this is probably the first thing, if not the only thing some people think of.
This is true.
Atlantis. Atlantis is probably one of the most popular, well-known spots in Nassau, Bahamas, and you can get a day pass there. So when you do that at Atlantis, it does just give you access to the water parks and the pools and the iconic resort. So it's kind of fun. I've done it before once. It's really expensive. I don't think it's worth the price that they charge, but it's cool to do at least once. And there's a lot of cool water slides. I looked it up. The water park is 141 acres. That's a lot of...
I thought you were going to say dollars.
Oh, it's more than that, so...
Oh my. Okay. Starting off strong.
Yes. So it is one of the most popular options in Nassau, but that means it is probably one of the most expensive options.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's worth splurging maybe once. And it is cool. I did really enjoy it, but it is not worth what they charge, I think.
Yeah. We walked through Atlantis one time doing a different experience, and it was cool.
Yeah, so you can, if you just take a taxi over to Paradise Island, you can walk through the lobby, the shop. So if you just want to see the iconic sites up close and personal, you can do that on a budget.
Yeah.
And that we've done.
There you go. And that we've done. And we took pictures, so I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I've been to Atlantis. So, yeah, it's cool. Now, I did look up the prices just so I don't have all the prices for everything, but just because Atlantis is Atlantis. So if you book it directly through Atlantis, adults are $195 a person, kids $95.
That's crazy.
And you have to get there.
You guys, that's crazy.
Plus a taxi. So yeah.
You guys, that's crazy.
And that's just to go to the water park. No food, no drink, nothing.
You guys, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's okay. Put this at the bottom of your list. If we talk about nothing else today, don't think that this is what we aren't going.
No.
We've never done that. I've never done this. We will never do this together in the near future, at least.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so expensive.
Now, if you book it through a cruise line, I didn't look at them all, but I just looked at Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean charges $240 a person. That does include the transfer, and for adults, and $141 for kids. So I'd still say it's cheaper to book on your own. You're not paying $40 a person for a taxi in port. So maybe just book it through Atlantis. But yeah, it's very expensive.
That is expensive. Holy cannoli. Oh my gosh.
Now, I'll jump out of order on my list just to compare. Now, Atlantis does have a competitor on the island, Bahamas.
Oh.
It's on the complete other side of the island, and they're trying to be Atlantis. It's the only other big competitor on Nassau. Now, they do have a water park you can get a day pass to as well. Now, this water park's only 15 acres compared to the 141-acre Atlantis water park. But I think it said they had like 30 slides, pools, beaches. So it's still a nice resort. And if you're looking for water park, you can go to Bahamas. And through Royal Caribbean, the pricing was $138 for adults and $64 for kids with lunch and transfer.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Kind of a little more reasonable.
Yeah, when you include lunch, the transfer, it's over $100 cheaper per person.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I'd say if you're looking for a water park experience in Nassau, Bahamas is the way to go. Unless you've got all the money in the world, then go to Atlantis. It's cool. It's amazing. But
Yeah.
For all our budget travelers, go to Baha Mar if that's the experience you're looking for.
There you go. There's your answer.
All right, what else can we do in Nassau, Bahamas?
Maybe some cheaper things, hopefully. This is definitely one of them. Cabbage Beach. A free beach.
Free public beach, which out of all the ones I've been to, I've only been to 2 in Nassau.
This is the one we went to across the water. Yeah.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I will say, tad bit of a hike.
Now, we chose the path of most resistance.
That's true.
We took a water taxi to Paradise Island, and then we walked a long way to get to Cabbage Beach. You can take a taxi directly there, but again, we were going for cheap. We were going for cheap, and we were going for cheap.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
next
for
time I'll go
$5
for expensive.
Yeah, but even I still don't think the taxi's that expensive, so definitely save. But if you want to be adventurous, you can take the water taxi and explore the island. It was beautiful to walk over there. And
It was
see.
beautiful. However, post beach, disaster. It was, imagine being like sopping wet and being like, oh, we have an hour to get back to the ship, and it took us like 30 to get here. And you've got like all of your belongings with you, and you're walking, and everything is sticky and sandy and wet.
Yes,
Take a taxi.
Take the taxi.
But the beach was stunning.
It was beautiful. Now, there are vendors who will rent you a chair and a drink if you want. Just say no if you don't want it. We just laid on our towels when we went. There's also no facilities at this beach. So, again, if you need a bathroom, this one's not for you. But because we took the hard way, we stopped at the bathroom in Atlantis before and after the beach.
Yes, because we're smart.
So that's one trick. But
We also stopped at the Dunkin' Donuts.
We did. So if you are taking the walk path, you can get a donut, get a bathroom, take in Atlantis, and then go enjoy Cabbage Beach.
Honestly, it's kind of a good itinerary.
Yeah.
A good way to spend the day.
Yeah, adventurous. You see multiple sites. Yeah.
Maybe take a taxi back.
And there was plenty of people asking, hey, I'll give you a ride back. We're like, no.
Yeah, because we wanted to be adventurous.
Yeah. Skip it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. Definitely better than another public beach.
That's true. Should we talk about the other public beach?
Let's do it. What's the other popular public beach in Nassau, Bahamas?
You know it. You've heard of it. I'm not sure if you love it. Junkanoo. Junkanoo.
Junkanoo. Now, this beach is walkable from the cruise port, so that is a big perk.
That's true.
It's maybe a 15-minute walk at most, depending on how fast or slow or fast you walk. But yeah, it's just a free public beach. This one does have bathrooms.
That's true.
So that's a win.
One fun fact about Junkanoo is that it is parallel to Margaritaville.
It is.
You're with the Margaritaville crowd. Like, there's really no divide, really. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't see one.
No, I mean, it was like an invisible. You could have come to the Margaritaville beach, really, if you wanted, but
Yeah, but it's there. It's right next to it. So if you know where Margaritaville Beach is and you're
just
looking
right
for
past
Junkanoo, it's right next to it.
Now, Junkanoo Beach can get pretty packed. If you go down as far as you're willing to go, it does thin out so you can have a better experience. Yeah, there's bars. People will rent you chairs if you want. So if you're just looking to hop in the water, walkable from the ship, free, bathrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, Junkanoo Beach fits the bill.
Period. All the things. Yeah. Cool. All right. Tell us about one of your favorite things to
Uh-oh. Next on the list, I do happen to be wearing...
do. Their merch. Shout out.
I'm wearing my Bearded Clam
Do a
shirt.
little spin for us.
Oh,
show
let
us
me
the
show you
back. I can see it. Very cute. Very fun. Oh, very nice.
So yes, the Bearded Clam is probably my favorite spot in Nassau, Bahamas. It's right across from the cruise port. So again, walkable. That's a good thing. And they have cheap drinks. 2 for $9, Bahama Mamas. I mean, come on.
That's a sleigh.
That is a sleigh. They also have some other drink deals and whatever, but I always get the 2 for $9 Bahama Mamas. It's incredible. It's a cool vibe. They also have food. I've had that before. It's good.
And those drinks are not watered down, baby.
They are not. You think, oh, they're 2 for $9. It's got to be nothing. Nope.
It's something.
It's something. So yeah, always my favorite go-to spot. If you are just getting off the ship, just want to grab a drink or something, definitely go to the Bearded Clam. Great atmosphere, cheap drinks. What more could you ask for?
For sure. I agree.
Now, we kind of touched on this, but also the Margaritaville Beach Resort, you can do a day pass there. We've done that recently. The resort has a pool, lazy river, beach. You can do it with or without lunch. So yeah, it's fun. It's depending $100 to $150 a person, depending if you get lunch or not included. So yeah, it's kind of averagely priced. It's not the best option, but it's not the worst. I enjoyed my time there.
Yeah, we had a good time. It's a known quantity. It's easy to get to.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something to do and you really can't figure it out and you're kind of on a tighter budget, Margaritaville might be the one for you.
Yeah. I had a great day there. So
yeah, go check out our episodes to learn more about the resort itself.
Yes, we did a full deep dive. So go listen previous episodes on the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise recap. That's where it is. So go listen. But Margaritaville Resort, you can get a day pass there.
Yes. Now this next thing we have done quite a few times.
Many times.
The Queen's Staircase.
Another freebie.
Yes, another freebie. A little bit of a walkie. But a lot to see on the way. Stop into some little shops and maybe have a drink or a bite or something you'll find. But yeah, the Queen's Staircase is quite literally that.
Yeah,
the Queen's
cool.
Staircase.
It's very historical. It's this big cavern with this staircase that was carved out by slaves many years ago. And yeah, they call it the Queen's Staircase because Queen
Victoria?
Yes, I think Queen Victoria freed the slaves. So she didn't commission it. So it's not like her staircase because she commissioned it. But because she freed the slaves, it was named in her honor. So yeah, it's really cool. It's very kind of serene. It's just like in the middle of this bustling cruise port. And then you're just like in this cavern that was carved out by hand.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're in Nassau when you're there. It feels like you're in some sort of place in the
like you're in a rainforest or something.
Exactly. It does feel like that. And then if you climb the stairs, there's also like a fort that you can visit.
Yeah, Fort Fincastle. I didn't leave it on my list, but it's kind of bonus tied to the Queen's Staircase, 2 for 1. So yeah, and the fort's a couple $2 to go in and just explore. So, yeah.
And there's some cool vendors up there too, selling some fun Nassau stuff. So
yeah,
pretty cool to check out.
Super cool thing to do.
What else?
All right. Another thing that's very popular and well known in Nassau is the straw market. So again, it's right outside the cruise port, right across the street. It's probably one of the most popular souvenir spots. It's just this big Oh, yes. This sweatshirt was purchased in the straw market, the infamous straw market. So it's literally this big warehouse with vendors packed in there.
Yeah, they are on top of each other. You don't know where one ends and one begins.
And it can be intense in there if you are anxious.
It's really frightening.
Yes. Don't go into the straw market if you're anxious and don't want to haggle. But it's kind of a fun experience to just see what all the different vendors have, and you can get a good deal sometimes. So, and they have a lot of stuff. So
yeah, I think go in with a plan. I want a t-shirt. I want a sweatshirt. I want a necklace. Like, what do you want and what are you specifically looking for? And then like figure out what you are willing to pay, because they're gonna haggle you for more. So if you're not willing to pay that, just say, nah, sorry, it's not my budget, or I didn't bring that much cash with me.
Just be firm.
You know, you can have a conversation. They're not scary people. They're just people. So say like, I only brought $15 with me. Will you take it? Sometimes they'll say yes. Sometimes they'll say no, that's not enough. Sorry. Have a good day. But you just move on. Somebody will take it.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cool thing. Cool spot to check out.
This is another thing we've done. The John Watling's Rum Distillery.
Ooh, this was cool. We did it probably like a year or so ago. It had never been on my radar, but it was really cool.
It was really
it's
cool.
Free. You get a free pina colada upon entry as well. I mean, come on. Free tour.
Maybe the size of my pinky nail.
But it was so good.
It was so delicious.
It did convince me to buy one.
Yes.
I don't even like pina coladas.
We did, in fact, end up with pina coladas.
And it hooked me. So it was really good. But it was cool to just go through and see. They had signs around everything so you could see what this does, what this was doing, how they're distilling rum.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Fascinating, something free to do.
And again, walkable from the cruise port, maybe 15 minutes, kind of near Margaritaville. And
Yeah. Pretty much.
The next thing on the list is also pretty close to the John Watling's Rum Distillery. We did it all in one day. It's the Umbrella Street. So, I mean, that's literally all it is. It's a street, and it's got like a canopy of hundreds of colorful umbrellas. And it's just photo spot. It looks cool. There was a little bar cafe also there. We didn't go in, but there was one there.
Cool, yeah.
So yeah, it's just something cool if you want a fun photo spot and you're over on that side of town. Check it out.
It's very similar looking to the one in the Dominican Republic, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks similar to that one. It's probably not as long or as exciting. And be careful because the cars are going. So just be aware of your surroundings if you do go. But and we did all of this in a day. We did the Queen Staircase, the distillery, the Umbrella Street, the Bearded Clam. So like all of this is fairly walkable and it's not too expensive.
No, it was a very affordable day. And now there are tours that will bring you to all these places, but they're going to charge you. I don't even know what they're going to charge you, but it's too much.
Yeah.
So if you can walk and want to walk, you can do it all on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah.
Cool.
All right, so these next things, that's everything that we've done in Nassau, but here's a few things that are very popular in Nassau that we haven't done, but maybe you want to check them out because they are pretty popular. First on the list, I can't believe we've never been here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can't believe we've never done this, and I was going to say, if we go to Nassau soon, this is what we need to do.
But Senor Frogs, this is probably a big one. Like if you're not doing anything in Nassau, you're going to Senor Frogs probably.
Yeah.
Grabbing a drink, enjoying the rowdy atmosphere.
Yeah.
I just can't believe we haven't been.
I can't either. Well,
we always walk by it, but we've never gone in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
One thing about me though, this is my little hot take for the evening, I think. I find it really hard to pay for a meal in port. I struggle to want to go to a restaurant when I know there's free food back on the ship that I'm able to eat.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll get a snack here and there. You know, I'll try a little bit of this. I'll try a little bit of that. I'll get a key lime pie on a stick. I'll do all those fun things. But sitting down for a meal, I find really difficult to justify. So maybe that's why we've never done it, because I'm like, I can get nachos on board if I want nachos. I can get a burger on board if I want a burger. Why am I going to go to a Senor Frogs to eat a burger? You know what I mean? Like, sure, the vibe is fun, but they hike the price up so much that I'm like, I cannot justify paying $25 for this burger when there's a burger on board that's free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a good point. I think sometimes it's fun to grab a meal in port, but I get what you're saying. Like, it's kind of silly. Like, why would I spend all this money when you could spend it doing something else in port?
I mean, I think it depends on the port. Because, like, when we went to, like, somewhere in Mexico, of course, we got, like, you know, traditional tacos or we got traditional foods. Like, of course, we're going to try the traditional, you know, different eateries, but like going to a Senor Frogs, there's one literally like 13 miles away from us.
Yeah.
Why would I go to a Senor Frogs? So I don't know. Maybe that's why we haven't gone, because I'm like, we have that in Florida. I don't need that here.
Yeah.
But we'll try it eventually.
Maybe next time we're in Nassau.
Maybe.
Stay tuned for our review. I guess we got to book another cruise. All right, now the British Colonial Hilton. This hotel, it's right next to Senor Frogs. So funny, we had it in this order, but it's literally right next door. It's in between Senor Frogs and Margaritaville. So if you've been to Nassau, you can kind of picture that. But again, very walkable from the port. They do have a day pass there. This is probably the day pass that I'm dying to do the most in Nassau. I want to check it out.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's just a hotel. It's not, I don't think it's all inclusive. They've been restructuring it recently. Like every time I check, there's a different day pass. So I don't really know how much it is or what it all includes these days. But the hotel itself and like the resort and the beach looks nice. So I would like to check it out. But yeah, it's just a beach, a pool, day pass in Nassau. And this one seems less fuddy-duddy. So if you just want a pool, you just want a beach, you don't need water slides or this or that, this seems to be the place to go.
This seems up my alley.
Yeah. We should go.
We should go. All right. We got a jam-packed time in Nassau. Alrighty. This is another free beach that we haven't been to. Cable Beach. I don't know where this one is.
It's kind of on the other side of Nassau, which is why we haven't been, because you have to take a taxi there. But I do want to check it out. I looked at pictures when I was looking this up. It looks very nice. White sand beach, big expansive beach. So I don't know. It's one of the more popular beaches. Just we haven't been yet. But we should go. Try. I guess now we got to go back to Nassau. I want to do all these things.
Yeah, we'll be trying a lot of things soon. Okay, gotcha.
But this is also back to our ongoing argument. why I don't want to stay on the ship in Nassau, because there's a whole list of things we haven't done yet.
That's true. But a whole list of things that are expensive that we haven't done yet.
That's also true.
Yeah. Like, these are things that, like, it's like.
Oh, but Cable Beach, maybe $20 tax in.
Okay. I'll give you that. Senior Frog's a meal. Yeah. You're right. I take it back. You're right. We will do one of these things the next time.
Okay.
Cool. What else?
Then we have Blue Lagoon. Now, this is also one I want to check out, but it has a controversial history.
Oh.
Recent history.
Tell us more.
So Blue Lagoon, it's this like private island somewhere near Nassau. It's like a small island, smaller than a cruise ship private island, but it's just like a little island with the beach, and you can either include food or not include food and whatnot. It's just a beach day with a pool and stuff, but you have to ferry over to it. And like a year or so ago, one of the ferries sunk and someone unfortunately died. But it's back up and running again. But yeah.
Oh.
But I do want to check it out.
Oh.
But the ferry there did sink within the last year or so.
Oh, okay. So you will have to check that one out on your own. Actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll swim, but I'm not getting on that boat. I think I'd be safer.
Yeah.
What? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but it is something to do. An
scratching
island
that
beach
one
day.
off the list.
And I think it averages around $80, $90 a person. I didn't look up the prices, but that's what I've seen.
Drama. All right. Well, last but certainly not least, Royal Beach Club Paradise Island. This one
coming soon.
Yeah, this one is not an option yet, which is why we haven't done it.
We also don't know much about it. So it's Royal Caribbean's new private island. If you've been to Nassau, you've seen that strip of land that's kind of behind the cruise ships. Royal Caribbean bought that and are turning it into a beach club. Now, it is going to be an all-inclusive day pass situation. They haven't released pricing. There is going to be like 3 zones: a chill zone, a family zone, a party zone. So yeah, beaches, pools, you can purchase exclusive access to certain things, but it is going to be all inclusive. So I'm curious to know the pricing. It opens December of this year.
My one gripe with this, I have learned that I am not a fan of a tendered port. I do not want to have to tender on over there. So I'm finding that I'm not going to want to do this. I'm going to if it's reasonable. Like,
I don't think it's going to be reasonable, but I still want to do it.
Yeah, but oh my God, a tender. Oh my God, enough. Free me of my torment. I hate a tender port. So stupid.
And then the fact that you have a port where you're docking, but then still have to tender.
No, that's so dumb. I'm sorry. That's literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard. We'll see. I think it sounds like it's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be minimum $200 a person.
I'd rather go to Atlantis.
I think it could be $250 even, because it's all inclusive. Your drinks are included.
But this does not. If you have the drink package, it does not transfer over.
Correct.
Jail.
So yeah, I'm just curious to see the pricing on this, because that'll cement my final opinion. But also, it's only for Royal Caribbean guests. So if you're cruising to Nassau and Carnival, MSC, Disney, you can't go here. But that is 15 things you can do in Nassau, Bahamas. There's still a few more I think we probably missed. But if you're going to Nassau, don't know what to do, if you've been before and like it's not worth it, I don't know what to do, here's some things. 15 whole things you can do in Nassau, Bahamas.
Sorry, I was counting. I was like, are we sure it's 15? Because it says 10.
Well, it started with 10 and then I just kept adding things because there's so many to do.
There is a lot we haven't done. I guess you'll just stay tuned and hear about it.
Yeah, I guess we have to go on another
Or
cruise.
tell us your stories.
Yes, because we wish you guys were here and we're going to get into your travel stories and opinions. Good segue. So leave us your Nassau experience at passportpalspodcast.com so we can react to it right here on the podcast.
Why do you hate Nassau?
Why do you hate Nassau? And if you do hate Nassau, have you done any of these things, 15 things?
And if you don't hate Nassau, what have you done that makes you love Nassau?
Yeah. Let us know. passportpalspodcast.com. But
Let's
should we get into it? Let's see. We finally have people who submitted our form on our website. It was taking This is episode 13.
That's crazy.
Nobody has filled out our form yet until this point.
13 is our lucky number.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. So episode 13, we finally have people who have submitted our form on our website. So thank you. We appreciate you.
Yay.
And everybody else, please go to our website.
And now you get to hear your story. Let's hear it.
Yes, let's do it. First one. Jason says, saddest story. Oh, Jason. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Flying first class New Orleans to Detroit. A woman got upgraded and she was so excited, telling everyone that she got the upgrade and she had never been in first class before. Shortly after takeoff, a guy came up and was whisper yelling at her and pointing, and then she started crying. Next thing you know, oh my God, the guy and another woman are back and he makes her switch seats. Turns out it was her husband, and he didn't want her flying first class without him. Oh my God, she got upgraded. Oh wait, she got up and traded with the other lady, crying the entire way down the aisle. When you're traveling with someone, you should always be happy when they get an upgrade. Jealous, but happy. Wow, Jason, that is sad. She needs a new husband. I hope she's not with him.
Yeah, dump him.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. I don't know if I'm sad or mad.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, why would you do that? Especially to your wife. Don't you want her to be happy?
Wait, who was the other woman crying?
The lady got the upgrade.
The wife.
Yes, the wife got the upgrade. Then her husband said, "You can't sit here." So she was crying and then had to switch seats with, I guess, whoever was sitting next to her husband.
Unbelievable. Okay, but slay for that lady.
Right? Could you imagine?
I'd be like, thank God this drama is ensuing. If it was me, I'd be like, thank God my prayers have been answered. But also, I feel bad for that other lady.
Yeah.
But also, if I was the other woman, I would stick up for this lady. I'd be like, no, good sir. I'm sitting right here in my seat that I paid for very well, and she got upgraded, and good for her, and she's staying in that first class seat, and you're going to stay here and listen to me yap about all my problems.
Yeah.
Just to make your life more miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If I was the other lady, I definitely would not have switched seats. I would have been like, excuse me, I didn't pay for first class. If we go down, nobody's looking for me in first class. How are they going to identify me? That's another thing. My family knows if I was in first class, everybody would know. Okay? They're going to be looking for me if we go down. They're going to look to identify me in first economy. Not first class. They're not going to be looking at first class for me. Why am I going to first class?
Exactly.
I don't belong there this time around. Your wifey does.
And you don't. There's a reason why you didn't get an upgrade, because you have a nasty attitude.
Yeah, there you go. Karma.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow, that is kind of sad. But also bummer on that other person's part. I just don't think I'd be doing that. You know? Would you do that?
What do you mean?
If someone was like, trade with my wife.
I mean, I would try not to trade, probably.
No, I'd be like, get the flight attendant. Bring her over here. I'm not trading seats.
I also don't like confrontation. So, if it was turning into a big thing, you know what? You guys have your own issues. But I would try and say, no, she can stay.
See, this would be my non-confrontation. Is I'm like, leave me alone. I'm not moving. Have a great rest of your flight. Enjoy sitting next to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Headphones on. I'm sorry. I'm not moving. I don't care what you want. This is my non-confrontation. Because then you want me to go up to your wife and tell her to move? That's more confrontational to me. Hey, your husband said you can't sit here. So I'm going to. And you're going to go with him. No, that's way too much confrontation. And then you're no. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Pay to upgrade. You want to sit next to her
broke?
so bad? Yeah.
Come on.
Go. If you want to be in first class with her, go sit. Yeah, I don't know.
That's just crazy.
I would not do that.
I hope that she got out of that situation.
Yeah, that sucks. If you ever... No. No. If I got upgraded and Josh didn't, deuces. Have a safe flight. Have a safe flight. You can come sit on my lap for a few hours if you want to, and we can share the seat together.
Send me back a snack.
Or you know what? That's what I would do.
What?
If I got upgraded and you don't, I would split it. I'd be like, I'll sit here for the first few hours of our trip, and then you can sit here for the last few hours.
That's a good
I would share it with you.
It doesn't have to tear you apart.
Just be nice. Just be nice to one another. And if you don't like each other, it's okay to separate. Just say you don't like each other.
Yeah, you seem to not like each other. So wouldn't you be fine with?
I cannot even imagine.
separating.
I can understand like a little bit of jealousy. Like if you got upgraded and I didn't, I would silently be praying that you were like, why don't you go switch with me? Would you?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'd probably give it to you.
Why would you give it to me? No, I would not agree to that. We'd split.
Hmm.
If you were like, you go, I'd be like, no. Here's how we're going to do it. You enjoy the first meal service. I'll go enjoy the second meal service. And then it's like we both had a great experience and we're both happy.
That is a good compromise. That's very nice. Well, that was sad.
I'm glad we've agreed on that. So if we get upgraded, just know we're sharing. And if that flight is an hour long, you get 30 minutes and I get 30 minutes. Okay?
Capiche?
Kaposh. Cool.
All right. Joseph says, crazy travel story.
Oh, I'm excited.
I was on a Disney cruise with my family, and we were on Disney's private island, Castaway Cay.
Mm-hmm.
We were enjoying the beach, where they have nets that prevent large ocean life from getting into the small bay area, but smaller fish can swim through just fine. Where's this going?
I'm scared about where this is going.
My mom and I were walking in the ocean, not far out. The water was probably just above our ankles, and this woman who was doing the same thing looked at us and yelled, "Are there fish in here?" She looks at her friends and
In
again...
the ocean? What?
She looks at her friends and again yells, "Are those real? Why are there fish in here?" It was all my mom and I could do to not bust out laughing at this ridiculous inquiry. We were like, "Yes, there are fish in here. It's the ocean."
It's the ocean.
We don't know if she thought since it was Disney that they would be animatronic or what, but we still cannot get over this. This happened in 2018. It's still my mom's go-to story to tell at parties.
That's incredible. Could you imagine?
Are there fish in here?
Are there fish?
But you know what? After experiencing some of the people who go on Disney cruises, I don't think that's outlandish. I'm not surprised to hear that somebody on a Disney cruise is surprised there's fish in the ocean.
That's true. That is true. I hate to say it. But anyways, that's hilarious.
That is.
All right, last but certainly not least.
Last but not least, Thompson says, hot take, I don't need restaurants on my cruise ship, just buffets. I get enough opportunities to be waited on everywhere else on the ship, from the room to the decks to the bars. Let me see the food, take as much as I want, and dine around whatever culinary world I choose for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and second breakfast, suppers, and fourth meals.
I could not disagree less. I disagree more.
Really? I'm not as extreme as Thompson. I'm not saying I don't want any restaurants. But sometimes a full sit-down restaurant meal is not what I need.
Okay.
Like, I enjoy the 3-course meal, but sometimes it just drags on. Like, I want to inhale my food and nutrients and just be done.
No. No. Does this include main dining room?
Yes.
No way. Literally, I could not disagree with you more. I do not agree. I love the main dining room.
And I agree with you, like, yeah, 80% of the time, 90% even, I am all main dining room. But just sometimes I feel like it drags on for me.
And could you literally imagine if there weren't? The buffet is bad enough.
That's true. Yeah, I don't agree with Thompson that they should be eradicated, but I can see his point of view a sliver.
No.
But you don't agree at all.
No, I could not disagree
Main
more.
dining all the way.
Yes, I love the main dining room. It is a nice way to round out your evening. You've had a long, fun, adventurous day, but if you're with a big group of people, say you're with your family, maybe you didn't spend the whole day with them. What did you do today? How was your day? What did you guys spend the day doing? You know, like what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I enjoy the main dining room, and I enjoy our main dining room experience. I like to sit down and be like, oh my God, what am I having today? What do I get to pick from?
Yeah.
And it's like, when you go to a restaurant, you're worried about prices. I love going to a restaurant and not having to worry about what I'm paying.
I'm going to get the most expensive thing on the menu.
And I'll take the filet mignon. Like, you know what I mean? I just enjoy, I don't know, in a world where money is so important, especially when you go out to have a nice meal. I appreciate being able to go out and have a nice meal and not worry about a single thing. There's no bill at the end.
Nope.
There's no limits to what you can order. There's always something different to pick from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love a main dining room. I love a specialty restaurant. Ooh, I love specialty dining. Yeah, no, I don't agree. But I appreciate that you go to the buffet so that I can enjoy the main dining room.
Yeah. Thank you, Thompson, for leaving room for the rest of us.
And that's why there's always different people on cruise ships. And that is what makes the world go round. Different people like different things.
Well, thank you to everyone who wrote in and
Yes.
left us a wish you were here. We appreciate you guys. Again, passportpalspodcast.com. Leave all your travel hot takes, travel stories, travel's opinions, everything. Leave it there. But with that, that's it for today's episode. Have a good weekend.
Bit of a different week this week, but we hope you appreciated all of our fun
little tidbits and tips
and bits and bobs.
Yeah, we hope you learned something. But yeah.
Apparently that Josh likes hole punches. I don't know.
Yes, that is what we learned this week.
If you remember from earlier this week.
And if not, go watch Monday's episode.
That one was a hoot.
I like hole punches.
That one was a hoot and a half.
That was a hoot and 2 halves.
One might say a hole. Anyways, enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy the weekend.
I hope you're
See you
getting on a
guys next
cruise.
week. I hope. next week is 4th of July week. If you're traveling, be safe. It's going to be busy out there.
But have fun.
Have fun. But with that, see you next week. And
Where to next?